What's up, guys? WWE Fan Talk here, bringing you guys another WWE Elite Series unboxing. Today we have the brand new Elite Series 87. I'd like to thank Ringside Collectibles for making this review possible. You can go to Ringside Collectibles and use discount code Tanner, TANNER, all caps, to save 10% at checkout. All you need to do is add all the figures, everything you want to your cart, and then when you're checking out, there's a little code. You type in Tanner in all caps, you apply, and it knocks off 10% for you. If you guys are wondering, I know some of you have asked in the past. But anyways, we have a whole lineup of new figures here today. We have Asuka, we have Santos Escobar, we have Braun Strowman, we have Apollo Crews, we have Otis, and we have the first time in the line, Candice LeRae. Starting off with the first figure over here, we have a very detailed one. We have Asuka. There are two women's figures in this set, which is kind of rare but kind of cool for women's figure collectors. We do have Asuka's mask right here, which looks pretty neat. It is detailed. And then we get two pegs right there, which just pegs into her hair, if you were wondering. We do get Asuka. She does have her updated green paint kind of look on her face, which is pretty neat that we're getting kind of that updated look for Asuka. I'm not sure if she still wears it. I don't watch a whole bunch of current Asuka, but she did wear this then. We have a really unique looking gear. We have a ton of red, gold, and just like a ton of crazy because that's Asuka's set of gear that she usually wears. It looks like she went to a thrift shop and she just bought a whole bunch of crap and threw it together. And then, but yeah, it looks like Asuka. She has longer hair. She has pink. She has blue. She has a little bit of blonde. But overall, it looks just like Asuka, and I think it's really detailed. We also get them double-jointed knees. No double-jointed elbows, which is odd because of the rest of the figures in this set have double-jointed elbows. So I don't really know what's up there. That's the only thing about the women's figures is that they make the arms so skinny that it feels like they're going to break. And I think the double-jointed elbows were helping with that, but now it's single-jointed elbows. But it is what it is. A lot of detail into this figure. And she does come with another pair of open hands, which is pretty nice. So there is the Asuka. Moving on, we do have the Santos Escobar, first time in the line. Looking pretty neat. This is when he was a face. He won that Cruiserweight tournament, I guess, for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Because, what was his name? His name, I cannot think of it right now. He is from NXT UK. And, what's his name? I forget his name. Leave it in the comments down below. NXT UK Cruiserweight Championship. He brought it over to NXT UK. But because he had to relinquish his title because of the pandemic and all that crap, they had to bring it back to the United States and had a tournament for it. And Santos Escobar did win the championship. So there is the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Looking very nice. And then we have Santos Escobar with his luchador mask look. Of course, he did take this off when he did turn heel. But something we are seeing with these figures is double-jointed elbows, which looks fantastic. We get a painted on elbow pad. And I think that's cool that they did that because it's double-jointed elbows. We get a white tape look or bicep band. And we get more tape. And then we have his tattoos, which look very nice. And then we do get double-jointed elbows on this one as well. And then we get two mic holding hands. The mask looks just like Santos Escobar, which looks pretty neat. We get that hair coming out of the back, tattoos on the front, Daniel Bryan torso. There's the back of his trunks, open back knee pads. And then we get these tassels, which are separate from the boots. The boots do have like cool designs with roses and silver and all that good stuff. It's pretty neat. He does come with two open hands as well. These are the chop hands, I guess you could say. Pretty cool. And then he does come with his heel head sculpt. Let's see if I can take this off. I did almost break this figure when trying to pop this head on, as you can see right there. So you just got to be careful with that. Even though they are interchangeable, it's still, you're at risk of breaking it. As you can see, I already broke the plastic. So just be kind of careful. Okay, so there is the heel Santos Escobar head sculpt when he took off his mask. And this is the current Santos Escobar. So I think it's pretty cool. And I think there's a lot of fans out there of Santos Escobar. And I think he's definitely somebody who's going to make a difference in NXT, which is pretty cool. Luchador. Next up, we have the last Braun Strowman figure As far as we know, and I think it's interesting that they still released it, I think it's because they probably made so many of them and had them ready shipped out to stores and Ringside Collectibles that they probably just released it anyways and are probably just going to pay him, or maybe WWE, I'm not sure. But this is by far the best Braun Strowman figure. He does come with a cloth top. This is when he was Universal Champion, I believe. It is camo. I just think it's really interesting because they released Braun Strowman, but then they give him a brand new mold for the figure, which is like, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and they finally give it to us when he's gone from the company. But we do get a brand new pant mold, a lot of detail put in here, and we finally get the shorter boots, which is accurate. We do get the updated torso for Braun Strowman without the slinglet. And then we get the brand new updated Braun Strowman head sculpt with the bald Strowman. It looks really nice. I know a lot of people made customs of this, but we finally get the actual one. We also do get double jointed elbows, which is nice. And then we get taped hands with the chokeslam hands. And then we get that tattoo on the back. Everything that we've seen before, just with pretty good updates like double jointed elbows, brand new sculpt for the pants. It's overall a brand new figure. And then we get 2 fisted hands. So, pretty cool Braun Strowman. Probably the last one we'll ever get from Mattel. If he ever does show up in AEW, Jazzwares will probably make one. I don't know how as good as this one, but this is definitely cool. This one right here, I think, is the one everybody's going to buy. Maybe not for the Apollo Crews, but for the United States Championship, because this is the first time we are ever seeing this brand new United States title in action figure form. There's a lot of detail, and I think it looks really, really nice. We even got the detail in the strap with the stars, all that good stuff. And then they even did the gold tip, they just didn't paint it, which is still nice. So I think that's cool. And they even added the little like X's, because it's supposed to be the Velcro version of this championship, and there are X's on the Velcro when they sew it up. So I think that's really interesting that they did that. So there's the US title. We do have the Apollo Crews right here, which is pretty basic. We have seen an Apollo Crews like this before, but we do get brand new double jointed elbows. We do get his mic holding hands, brand new head sculpt with smiling facial expression, which looks nice. And then we also do get the blue trunks, and they're not the most detailed, but they are accurate to what he wears. We get the double layered knee pads. We get the under ones. I don't know what these are called exactly, but then we do get the open back knee pads along with it, and then the black boots. Overall, what we have seen before, just with the new head sculpt, new arms, new championship, just a very nice figure, and definitely something you should pick up because we haven't gotten Apollo Crews in quite some time. Okay. I also forgot to mention that we do get 2 fisted hands for Apollo Crews. So there we have that. Next up, we have the brand new Elite Series 87. New Otis right here. This is when he was running solo. I do think Tucker was with him at the time, but I don't know. As we all do know, Otis is a heel now, and he shaved his beard and his hair off, which is totally odd. And then we do get double jointed elbows, looking very nice. Open hands. People call these the throne sitting hands, I guess you could say. We do get the Money in the Bank briefcase, except this is the Money in the Bank lunch pail. So I thought this was hilarious. You can open it up, and there's meat inside, and you can, if you want to, I think you can pull the meat out. Let's see if I can pull it out. Yes, you can pull the meat out if you want. It's just like a block of meat. That does not look appetizing at all. That looks horrible. Looks like the human intestines. Ew. Just all bunched together. And then we have the inside. You can put whatever you want in there. I think that's much cooler than meat. I think it's disgusting, but we'll put the meats back in there. So we do have the double jointed arms. We do have Otis with his thick but yet fit body. We do have his double-sided knee pad, not double-sided, open back knee pads with the awesome articulation. You get the white boots with his white and black design. Otis head skin we have seen before, and then a crop top. It's either too small of a shirt or it's a crop top. I'm not quite sure. You never know with Otis. And then we do get his thick yet luscious body with his chest hair. Look how thick Otis looks. This guy was almost Universal Champion. How crazy is that? Working man Otis. That's pretty hilarious. But there's Otis. He's a comic. He's hilarious. And he's somebody that I think a lot of people like in WWE or liked when he was funny. We do get a wide variety of hands. We get the open throne-sitting hand. We do get 2 mic-holding hands as well as 2 fists. So you can have Otis punch that meat if he wants to. Next up, we have Candice LeRae in her weird-looking butterfly outfit. And I think this figure looks very odd, and I'll get to it in a second. I didn't notice it until I got it in person, but As for the detail, this figure has probably some of the best detail out of the figures in this set. But I do think it's odd how they sculpted her boots with no articulation. So it's not like you can interchange them if you want to. It's just her calf. So I think that's so weird how they did it like that. And there's like spilling over paint-wise. But the boots look nice. It's just the articulation choice is odd. Double jointed knees, very nice. And I like how they added both layers of purple. That way when you bend it, it's not, the knee pad coming up. We do get a ton of different pinks and purples. And we do get her open accessory. We have her fairy jacket right here with like her, looks like leaves or something like that.
Fairy wings.
Like fairy wings, but like it looks like a tree almost. See how like odd like that? Anyways, we do get green, we do get purple, all that good stuff. Very nice. I don't think this figure necessarily even needed that, but unless you're a hardcore Candice LeRae fan, I mean, I guess it's the best thing in the world. But we do get her purple hair with her face sculpt. We do get her top with all the different colors. We get her the greens. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there. It looks like something got messed up there. There's the gray. And I think this figure is overall very detailed and accurate. I'm not the biggest fan of these specific colors on a figure. I think it's very just gaudy and like what in the world's going on. But if you're a Candice LeRae fan, this is the coolest thing in the world for you, and I think you should definitely pick it up. So, but as for me, I think that the height is a little crazy. I feel like she's super short. I don't know if it's the legs or something, or her head's too big. But I don't know. I think it's so cool that we're getting a Candice LeRae figure, and if you're a big fan, definitely pick her up. We do get Mike holding hands as well, because, yeah. And we also even get the silver paint on her nails. So there we have the figures in this set, Elite 87. I think this is a solid wave, and it feels like forever since we got an Elite series. I feel like we've been getting a lot of unrivaled and unmatched sets and stuff from AEW, and I think it's about time that we get something from Mattel. It feels like a while. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm crazy. But anyways, over here, once again, we have the Asuka, Santos Escobar, Braun Strowman, Apollo Crews, Otis, and Candice LeRae. I'm going to rank these figures from least to greatest. Just because the figure's at the bottom of the list does not mean it's a bad figure, anything like that. I think this entire set is a solid wave. I think they're all great. It's just, in my personal opinion, which ones I enjoy the most and which ones I enjoy the least. So coming at the bottom, we do have Candice LeRae. It is not a bad figure. I'm not the biggest fan of Candice LeRae or her wrestling. I do think that she's good with Johnny Gargano, their husband and wife, and I do think it's something cool you could just play with Johnny Gargano if you wanted to. So overall, a cool Candice LeRae, something you should definitely pick up if you watch NXT. Next up on the list, I'm going to give it to Apollo Crews. Not because he's a bad figure, just because he has not too much detail. I do think that the double jointed elbows help a lot, as well as this head scan. It does come with the United States Championship as well, which, if in my personal opinion, if I had to pick any of these figures in this set, just one of them, I would pick up the Apollo Crews just for the title, just because I feel like the title is the most necessary thing in this entire wave. Next up on the list, we do have the Asuka. I think this is a phenomenal figure and the best Asuka we've ever gotten. I think it has the most detail out of any figure in this set, and I think it looks just like her. Again, I'm not the biggest Asuka fan, that's why it's not at the top of the list, but I think it's a fantastic figure, and there's tons of detail, and I think a lot of you guys will be happy with this specific figure. So there we have the Asuka right there. Next up on the list, it's coming down to these three figures right here. Is it Otis? Is it Santos Escobar? Is it Braun Strowman? Who knows? So next up on the list, I'm going to give it to Santos Escobar. I am not the biggest fan of Santos Escobar, but because they give us a figure, it makes me want to watch his wrestling a little bit more and more interesting. He looks like a cool dude. And I think it's awesome that they even gave him his mask that he didn't wear for too long. But I think it's cool that they gave us that. We also get the first time ever NXT Cruiserweight Championship with the black strap. And then we do get the open hands as well. And a ton of great detail in this figure. This is not a bad figure at all. Definitely one of the best figures in this set by far. So it's coming down to Otis or Braun Strowman. Which one is it going to be? At number 2, I'm going to give it to Otis. Just because Otis doesn't have too much detail. But I think it looks just like him. His body looks just like him. I think it's a fun figure. Feels good, like, articulating it and making funny poses. Like, you could have him rubbing his belly and, like, pointing at the sky and doing something silly, or eating his meats. Like, you just have him opening it up and eating his meat if you want. And then we also get his crop top. But coming in first place, I think it's proper that we give it to Braun Strowman, because this is by far the best figure in the set. We got brand new legs, brand new boots, brand new arms, brand new head sculpt, a cool cloth accessory, and it's just crazy that this dude's not in the WWE anymore when he was just Universal Champion last year, and he was Intercontinental Champion last year, and he was a Raw Tag Team Champion, and he was Mr. Money in the Bank, and he won the the biggest Royal Rumble ever. So I think it's insane. This guy's resume is insane, and they still released him, which is freaking stupid. Anyways, it's proper that we give him first place. I think that he deserves it, not only because he's out of the company, but because it's the last Braun Strowman figure we're getting as far as we know. So, absolutely amazing Elite Series. I enjoy this one a lot. We got a lot of cool characters, a lot of diversity in this set with the new championship, another new championship, Santos Escobar, 2 women's figures, a big, funny, hilarious comic like Otis, and then the last figure ever, Braun Strowman. Definitely pick up this entire wave. I give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. I think it's amazing. Go to Ringside Collectibles. Use my discount code to save 10% at checkout. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show.